What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you guys can be making $5,000 to $10,000 each and every single month with high ticket sales. By the end of this video, you're going to understand what high ticket sales is, how you guys can get it started, and the roadmap to be able to scale past $10,000 a month with only using your phone and laptop. Imagine being able to wake up every single day, having 4 to 5 calls on your calendar, each 30 to maybe 45 minutes at a time. And all your objective is just to get a person from thinking about one thing to being able to actually transition their mindset and actually help them progress in life. And you're getting paid for that. Being able to make anywhere from $300 to even possibly thousands of dollars each and every single day. Okay, guys, so this is going to be a complete and total breakdown on what high ticket sales is and how you guys can utilize it for yourself in order to be able to make well over $10,000 a month. Now, the premise of high ticket sales, and you're probably wondering why are three people just standing here, Alex Shamozy, TJR, and Iman Ghazi, is because the premise of high ticket sales is one sort of program that they're selling, right? So specifically on what these guys do, right? Alex Shamozy is a renowned part is having TJR here. TJR is someone who is a renowned trader, someone who's made millions off of trading. Iman Ghazi was first in the agency space, now helping coaches scale their coaching business to the next level. Right? He's also the co-owner of WAP. WAP is one of the biggest platforms that a lot of course sellers go ahead and host their platforms on. So he is a co-owner of WAP. But moreover to that, all three of these dudes have in common is a massive following and educated in money making as well as a skill, right? These guys know how to make money and they are educated in a specific skill, right? Trading, helping coaches scale, and helping business owners scale, right? So from there, why does this actually work, right? Like, why do people follow these guys? Why are people so infatuated with what they do? It's because people want to become successful. People want to have the best outcomes for themselves. As human beings, we are very selfish creatures. So we want to make sure we're setting ourselves up in the best possible way. And when you see guys making millions of dollars and they're similar to your age, you are going to naturally gravitate towards that. And as these guys are doing crazy things, buying $3 million cars, buying their mama a house, having a Guinness Book of World Records for literally selling out your book, right? People are going to start to catch on and actually want to learn that skill that you were able to perfect, right? So the biggest thing is also people don't want to be in the normal college route anymore, right? People don't like the college route, the normal route that most of our parents, everybody around us has been telling since we were a child. Hey, yeah, like you should go to college, you should go to college. People don't want to do that, right? It's now shifting into a time where you're able to make more money from your laptop than you are sitting in a college classroom. People don't want to be in the rat race, right? People want to be able to actually live a certain lifestyle, be able to purchase whenever they want, be able to travel wherever they want. And they want financial and location freedom, right? These are two things that will allow you to feel like you're completely free, like you're not getting shackled down like a 9 to 5 gives you. So with them expressing this lifestyle, having the financial freedom, having the location freedom, having this time freedom, they're not in the rat race. They're not going to college. Like these guys are people that have broken out of the normal system and have, scaled beyond way past it you could even normally imagine. Now, because they are posting this content, this is all being funneled down. And what a funnel is essentially turning the eyeballs that you have into actual money making abilities, right? Everybody that you know nowadays is posting some sort of content. And if you're able to monetize that content, which a lot of these people are, you can make a significant amount of money from this. And our job as high ticket sales is being able to get a piece of that, right? So with that being said, people see that there's people their age making money, right? There's a lot of people out here that's trading, doing freelance brand scaling, e-com, that is living an amazing life, and they're 19, 20, 21 years old. And the very first step, right, is through this top of funnel content. Top of funnel is essentially that very first, the supercars, the crazy lifestyle, going to the clubs, the women, everything that a young man, woman would naturally want, right? Being able to live an extravagant lifestyle, all from their own doing, all from their own laptop. So they get curious on how, right? It's the level below the top of funnel. How can I actually get the lifestyle that I'm seeing these people online achieve? Now they understand, okay, there's different niches: trading, freelance brand scaling, e-com, high ticket sales. There's different mechanisms to actually get you there. Next thing is going down a content rabbit hole. Before somebody opts in and actually wants to make the change, they're going to go through a content rabbit hole. So this is 1 to 2 hours of content before they actually do go ahead and opt in, right? They opting in to want to go ahead and change their life. So this brings the people from all the way from the tops, right? So from all their content, they're dragging everybody down into the funnel that wants to buy their specific niche, their specific skill in the way that they make money, or that skill set that they were able to attain. Now, from there is 4 different types of funnels, 4 different ways of funneling traffic, and these can all vary. High ticket sales rep, there's going to be different mechanisms on gathering crowds to being able to convert at the highest rate. So the very first thing, right? Obviously, we can see that we have numbers here ranked from top to worst. Now, the free training coming in at number 4. This is when people have opted into something as free, such as maybe a free class, a training to get educated on something. Oftentimes, these leads are going to have less money, but you're going to get an influx of leads, because think of it from the buyer's perspective. It's no risk for them to watch a 15-minute long video, get a Google Doc. It's no real risk, right? They are going ahead and just getting more information. So typically these guys are not going to be able to invest the money that is needed to start the program, but you are going to get an influx of these leads. Now, the next thing is the one-on-one. Now, the one-on-one is rated number 1 because this is the highest quality a lead can get, because they've watched the one-on-one in VSL, explaining that there is an investment required, and they also have a general understanding what the business model is and what the program is as well. The VSL is a video sales letter, so before you go ahead and apply, you're going to be able to watch a 5-10 minute long video, depending on the offer, and it's just, like I said, going to go ahead and explain that there's an investment. They have a general understanding of the business model, and what the program is as well, right? And again, this is going to be the highest quality because there's so much friction being able to get to the point of that one-on-one VSL. Now, I also want to mention in this VSL is going to build urgency, making sure that these people are going through an emotional state already to get them to actually want to go ahead and click that apply button after they watch it. Now, the Webby is when a large group of people gather for an event that's either 1 to 2 hours long, walking them through change, and then at the end they are pitched on either an application or a book to call. And again, this is coming at 3 because a book to call is essentially a triage. We'll go ahead and talk about that triage, but an application will be essentially kind of like that one-on-one. Now from there, this triage this is when a prospect gets to book a call with the business model in mind, because they know that, okay, I'm book a call to be able to speak to the business owner's partner, being able to speak maybe to the business owner directly. And the only thing that is the issue is that if your marketing team or the person that is running the offer behind the scenes, if they don't qualify them good enough, there can be a lot of people that are low intent that are able to book in. That's the only reason why it would be 3, or else this would be number 2 on the list, because you get a significant amount of influx leads, because for a long period of time, an hour or 2 hours, people are watching, getting loaded with content. People are being able to actually get from one point to another. And again, because they're getting from one point to another, they're going to be more inclined to buy. And the triage just does this best as long as it's going ahead, and there's a lot of stuff that gets put out in front of the person that is actually opting in beforehand. This is one of the best methods. Again, hence why it's two. Now, why do people actually need sales reps, right? Too many people plus the time return, right? Think Iman Ghazi, somebody who has well over 1 million followers. If he has a live event and 10,000 people opt in, he can call all 10,000. It just doesn't make any sense, right? But also, it's higher ROI for the creator to keep posting rather than close deals themselves. Like, again, capacity issues, leverage, delegation, and also wanting to scale. It's higher ROI for them to continue posting, getting more leads in, rather than just being able to just sit on the phone and close those deals themselves. Even Alex Hermosi said himself, you never close a call himself, like every single call himself. He'd rather train reps to handle it for him and give them commission. So why is high ticket sales actually better, right? Let's just go through. So this is fast cash flow. You're going to be able to make a significant amount of money in a short period of time when lead flow is good. Again, when lead flow is good, the biggest thing here is that you don't want to be on an offer that is slow with lead flow. But again, fast cash flow, you can make money within your first, second day, once you're actually on an offer. Again, no long ramp up. It's purely skilled and just opportunity based. This is a scalable skill. So, in your 9 to 5, you're actually capped. You're capped in your 9 to 5. So this is a scalable skill. In a 9 to 5, your income is capped. In sales, your income is tied to performance, not just your hours worked. You can scale from being a setter to a closer, a sales manager, sales director, a growth operator, somebody who's literally embossed with the whole entire operation. Now, it's transferable forever. Literally every single business needs sales. If you ever want to start a company, the same skill will multiply your income. You'll never go broke as long as you have the ability to sell. You should never be broke once you get the ability to sell a high ticket item. Again, high ticket item is anything over $2,000 and above. $2,000 and above, and that is what we consider a high ticket item. Now, low startup cost. There's no upfront capital that you really need, right? Drop shipping, SMA. All you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop, and being able to communicate. And again, I'm somebody who came into this business not even knowing how to communicate, never even being able to close a deal, right? Leverage and freedom. You can control your time. You can work from anywhere. Calls can be taken from your phone or a laptop. I'm kidding you not. And literally, one of my students who's made over $10,000 has closed deals while sitting on the toilet, while literally walking across the beach. Because, again, obviously, it's not typical to close these deals from your phone, right? It's still manageable. And as long as you have a laptop, a phone. Now, you're also building up a real human connection. Unlike e-commerce, you're actually helping people make a decision that can literally impact the rest of their life, right? Building communication, empathy, and leadership skills. And again, this is a skill that can help you for however long you guys decide to be in business. Now, why this is better than drop shipping, SMA, any other business models that you guys have ever heard is because the 9 to 5 is just like you're on a salary, right? There's no scalability. You're always under your boss's control. There's no location freedom. There's no time freedom. There's no possible way out. You're stuck doing the same repeated cycle each and every single day. And you're meant for more, right? So drop shipping. This requires upfront capital, testing, ads. You're on camera constantly creating content, and it takes months before even being able to actually see profit. While SMMA, which this is an agency style, where more clients equals more stress, right? You're scaling, hiring, the churn, and your constant management headaches. To make $50,000 a month with, your SMA agency, you need 50 to 7 clients, and that's a full-blown agency, right? You don't deal with fulfillment. As soon as you close the deals, you're good to go, right? So the next thing that I want to touch upon, how will you know if sales is right for you? Again, this business may seem like it's not for everybody, but I promise you, if you're willing to grind, willing to adapt, willing to say yes to get info, wants to actually start a business and wants results as soon as possible, this is something for you. But if you're not willing to actually work hard, working willing to work more than 5 hours, can't take constructive criticism, not willing to adapt, not willing to actually be a part of something bigger than yourself, because this is just like a team, right? As your team scales, as you're getting more and more leads on the business that you're on, it's going to start looking more like a team. If you guys have ever played sports, your team or your other sales rep, it's almost like an all-star team, right? Think of something like the NBA. It's almost like an all-star team where they're trying to build up the best entire reps to make the most amount of money. And the more leads come in, the better they're going to want the reps to be. So you're going to have to be willing to be something bigger than just yourself. Now, the next thing is traits of a discipline, emotional control, speed to lead, and actually studying tonality, being able to actually have a conversation with somebody so you can be in the best possible position and not just sound like you don't know what you're talking about, and actually can help persuade the actual. Now, traits of the 1% rep. All you're going to need is discipline, emotional control, speed to lead. So when somebody opts in, fills out that application, you are on it. You are on it within a minute, within 5 minutes. And you're being able to study tonality. I have a video about tonality, but tonality is essentially the key that helps you and the prospect feel like you guys are on the same page. Being able to, slow down at certain parts, being able to speed up, being able to sound empathetic. This is the parts and keys of tonality. Now, the biggest misconceptions that I hear with this is that you need to be extroverted. I promise you, I was the kid in the corner of the classroom that never talked to anybody, and I was still able to do this, right? It's not manipulation, and it's just leadership. Like, you're not pulling strings, saying stuff that's not true. You are on offers that can actually help people go from where they're at now to being able to achieve financial freedom. And again, this is a big one. Reps are advisors. They're not just like pushy salesmen. We're not the people that are like, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. We're here to help transition the person from the way that they're thinking now to actually being able to get them the life that they currently desire, right? You're not convincing people, you're helping people make the decision that they already want. They wouldn't have wanted it if they didn't opt in. Hold on. Okay, so the next part is like, how can we actually make money from this, right? Like, what are we going to do in order to make money? So, as a setter, which is essentially you're setting phone calls to the actual closer. The closer is the person that gets the person from point A to B in the emotional journey. So essentially think the setter as somebody who qualifies appointment. Lead comes in, you see them through the CRM, which is essentially where all leads would be populated through the links. I should say somebody. So let's just go back to this really quick. Right? Do this, it'll be the link to his one-on-one channel, right? It'll be his link to this one-on-one, right? So it'll be like, work with me one-on-one. From the one-on-one, essentially, what would happen is this would populate into a CRM. So the CRM would, let's just say, for example, be Go High Level. Go High Level, essentially the CRM is where you could just track all of the customers coming in that want to opt in, right? You would call them up from here and qualify them and get them onto an actual phone call. Now, what qualifying means is I even have a full entire framework breakdown of how you would qualify somebody as a setter. But it's essentially getting the intro down, getting the actual qualifying, context discovery, gap building, financial qualifying, and then setting the appointment, solidifying it, and then the identity framing part of it. And then from there, like once they get through that whole entire process, you're essentially going to book them in on the closer's calendars. Think of like a Google Calendar where the closer will go ahead and see the list of calls, click on the call, and then just join through a Zoom, a Google Meet. From there, the closer will walk them through the whole entire emotional buying process of getting them where they're at to where they want to get to, and building the gap to, okay, the only way that you can actually get there is through us, but also you have to take the step for yourself as well. Once they understand that, it's just about a matter of fact of walking them through what the program will look like. Again, answering any sort of questions, concerns that they may have. From there, the closer will collect the cash. And from that, let's just say it's a $2,000 deal. Off of the 5 minute conversation that you've had from qualifying these people, that's when you would get that commission. And again, the commission is 5%, right? So let's just say, example, closers, 2K deal, that's $100 off of a 5-minute conversation. Now, so let's just say 20 people come in, 4 of them have money, 2 of them close on a 4K package, right? So I'm just giving you guys examples. So that same 5% would now turn into $400 off of those conversations, right? Then it becomes a numbers game. The more people you can get on the calendar with a higher closing rate, the more money that you can make. You get 5 people, right, with an average, let's just say, close rate of 40%, and if every single person shows up, if you guys follow my framework, average deal size of $3,000, now, 5% or 40% of 5 is 2. From there, essentially all you will need to do is maximize how many you can get, right? Because let's just say 2 of those deals close on the 3K, that's $6,000 cash collected, $300 in your pocket, right? Now, the real money is actually made as a closer, right? So let's just go back to this, right? $200. Not only are you not like going ahead and qualifying these people, you're just hopping on and talking to somebody who's already inclined to buy. It's just $200 in 30 minutes. 800 in a day as a closer. 600 in a day as a closer, because it's 10% commissions. Deals is that you get higher commission with less friction and having to do less of the nitty gritty stuff where each and every single day you're not only not in the trenches, but like you're hopping on with more qualified people. As a setter, which is fine, everybody starts as a setter. You need to have the groundwork so you can become a good, efficient closer. You're going to need to know what to look for, and that's where you learn that through setting. Now, how can you actually get started? What are the actionable steps that you need to take? Now, step 1 is making a loom. This is a virtual application where you showcase your videos, right? Your actual skill level. So now, through that, all we would have to do is, once you understand that the loom is what you're going to be creating in order to do the video application, all you have to do is have your availability. So this is so these are the biggest things: availability, time zone, age, where you're located, if you've had any previous experience or industries that you have been in the past that's had a sale, whether it's solar, door to door, and then also a display of your work ethic. It's okay, guys, if you have never had any experience. Again, I came into this industry never selling anything at all. But the thing that stuck out for me is that I was committed and I was actually dedicated to the hard work. I reached out to 100 people. My very first day got 6 different opportunities. Next day, I was able to do $12.50 in commission. $12.50 in commission, right? Pro tip: if you guys make the loom personalized, so if you guys are reaching out to, let's just say me, I'm a sales manager. I need people all the time. I post on my story, needing sales reps, right? Setter, closer. Make a loom. Say, hey, Jaden, came across your application, took a look into your content, really like it. Things like that will catch my eye. Okay, came across me, like my content. We're all getting good off to a start. I don't care if this guy doesn't have the best ability. I can always train him up, right? Make it personalized. Go the extra mile and just do a little bit of research. And don't just make the same copy and paste looms, because people can easily tell you that. As a sales manager, I see so many people doing copy and paste looms that it gets just super annoying and super repetitive. I don't even want to look at the loom. If within the first 15 seconds you say, hey, Jaden, I saw your content. I really like it. It's dope. Love when you did XYZ. I'm going to automatically think that this is the guy that I want to work with. Next thing is finding creators, which is the easiest part. Everybody sells info nowadays. Literally every single person sells some sort of information nowadays. And it's your guys' obligation to literally get onto their team if you want to make any sort of real serious money. Now, again, so people should look to be hired when they see people selling coaching offers, such as trading, freelance brand scaling, sort of fitness coaching, anything where the ticket price is over $2,000. There's also sales managers, growth operators that are constantly promoting that they need new reps. And the easiest way to find these guys is how to do XYZ specific niche, how to do trading, how to do freelance brand scaling. No, those guys are having a course, and then from there, find a creative way to go ahead and text them. Right? When I first used to text everybody, the biggest thing is that on Twitter and on Instagram, people are constantly always posting. There's no way that you guys shouldn't be able to find somebody. Well, let's just say on the off chance there's a creator that you really like, always ask them. Like, yes, you guys can go the route of acting like a fake employee, but again, a lot of people that causes friction and don't even, you won't get to the person that you want to talk to. So just honestly, flat, simple, straight, respond to their story, respond to a highlight, comment on their videos. Hey, sent you a DM about working with you. Sent you a DM about wanting to work under you. Stuff like that. So they know, okay, this guy is serious. And if you continually pop up the message, if I've had a person text me over 20 times, I'm going to think this person is super, super serious. Right. And again, easiest way to look is see if they're actually hiring. And the best thing is once you guys get on one offer, you guys have now the experience and the network to actually branch out to other offers. There's not should be a time where you're not on an offer because you guys, again, you guys have the ability to sell. So it should be extremely easy for you guys to start making some sort of impact and actually be able to make money with this. Now that's going to do it up for the actual Miro board bit of it. But now I'm going to talk to you guys about the actual importance and the things that you guys should stay away from as a high ticket rep. When you guys are going ahead and onboarding onto these offers, make sure that you guys are asking them specific questions. The questions that I always used to ask before I went ahead and got onboarded with any offer is, do they have any past tracking of the XYZ that, let's just say they're hitting 30K a month. Do they have any past track record of that? Okay. Do they have any calls? What expectations? What are the KPIs? Seeing if they already have this stuff in place so you are coming on, okay, this guy's actually educated. This guy actually knows what he's talking about. This guy actually is serious about wanting to scale. What does it look like for me to be able to get to a closer? What is the closer commission? Just asking stuff like, because maybe even the commission maybe change. You always want to make sure you're on the same page, asking them every single time. When's payout? How's payout? And then from there, making sure that if there is even a slightest thing that does not add up from what they have said on their initial post, you guys ghost them because there's always people that are posting job opportunities, right? So just making sure that you guys have a list of questions to sound educated and sound like you guys, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. And not only that, it also helps you in the sense of, okay, this is not a person that has no idea what he's talking about. This is a person that knows exactly what he's talking about. He's had experience or has at least had the prior knowledge of what a good offer will look like. Because the biggest thing here, guys, is yes, you guys can be on an offer, but if the offer is not, ripping, if the offer is not having consistent lead flow, you guys will not make money. So you want to make sure that you guys are on an offer with consistent lead flow, because again, as we went to the diagram earlier, doing the math that's simple, that shows you, okay, if you close a $2,000 deal, $100 off of a 5-minute conversation, you want to make sure that the numbers are there so you guys can start hitting 5, 7K a month, even 10K a month, 15K a month as a closer. That is going to pretty much do it up for this video. If you guys have any questions on exactly how to get into this business model specifically as a high-ticket sales rep, DM me on Instagram and I will help you guys start getting into this industry. Without further ado, hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, comment any future questions. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.